Hi everybody, it's the Soap Man and it's time to make some soap, and I am still testing some new fragrances. Today's fragrance is Old Spice from Crafter's Choice, which is sold by Wholesale Supplies Plus. So some of you may remember years ago, maybe your dad used it, your brother used it, maybe you used it. Old Spice was like in a round bottle like this, and it was white, and it had a green push-up, and the deodorant was a really light green. I know my dad used it, I used it as a young man, and even as a young man I really remember liking the scent. And this is pretty reminiscent of that from what I remember of it years ago. So I'm going to give it a shot. It's a little weak out of the bottle, and it's a little bit lower concentration than I am used to using, but we'll see. So going reminiscent of the traditional Old Spice, I'm going to be using greens. So I'll be using Nurture Soap's Emerald Green, which is a really nice bright green. And then Titanium Dioxide White, and I'm also using a new green I have not used, Sea Green from Nurture Soap. This will be a test run for me with this. And the fragrance, I'll be using the Tall Skinny mold. I may or may not do a hanger swirl. We'll see how the fragrance behaves. Let's just get started. Round 85 degrees like usual. So slowly, carefully pour the lye water into the oils. And rinse the container out in the sink for safety. And bring the mixture to a very light basic emulsification. There we go. So this will be our frosting. So I'll pour it off and set it aside. This will be our 3 primary soap colors. And let's scrape the remnants out so it does not go to waste. We get our mold nice and full and get a nice full bar. And we're ready to color this, scent it, and pour it. So the first is our bright, vivid emerald green, which I have used before and really like. About 1.5 should do. And the third over here will be our Sea Green, which I've not used. I'm curious to see how it does. In greens, it's often hard to tell what it's going to look like until full saponification, because greens often turn a really funky brownish grayish color when they have combined with lye solution. I don't remember if these do or not, but a lot of them do. So I'm just putting the titanium dioxide into this one. And let's stir these up. Lightest to darkest. Alright, so the sea green looks nice. It looks a little bit like green vibrance, but not quite the same. Beautiful emerald green. Love it. So let's hand stir our fragrance in and see what it does. Save that for the frosting on top. Maybe just a tad more on that one because it's a little fuller. So let's see how we do. So far, so good. Let me stir the frosting to keep it fluid. Alright, I'm going to hit this with a stick blender, especially on the white, to get that TD blended well. And let's see how this does after being stick blended. Alright, this is the consistency I like. So I'm going to drop pour this in, drop swirl, see how it goes, and I may or may not add the hanger. So just get a nice... I'm going to do it a little differently. I'm going to get the majority of the white in. And then swirl the greens in. Okay, this mold is full, like literally to the top. I don't think I'm going to do the hanger because I think it will possibly cause it to overflow, and I do not want that. So no hanger today. But I will have to say, even with a moderate amount of stick blending, the fragrance is behaving beautifully, and I actually smell it. It does smell nice. Very reminiscent of the original Old Spice deodorant. So, I can't do anything right now because it's too fluid and I have to mix the soap frosting, but I'm going to wait for this to thicken before I start that. So, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, we're back. Let's cut into this soap and see what we have. So this fragrance behaves beautifully. Everything looks good. Smells pretty good. I was a little concerned because it's a little bit lower usage rate, but it smells pretty good so far. Behaved beautifully. I'm curious to see what the inside looks like, especially that one green that I haven't used before. Are you ready? Here's an end piece. Yeah. So like that right there, this the darker green, that's the emerald green. That lighter is the sea green, or sea foam. I forgot which one it was called. So once again, I'm pretty happy with the way these turned out. So far, I like this fragrance, and it does have a nice strong scent to it. So if this holds up through the cure, I will definitely be buying a big bottle of that fragrance. That's what I have this week. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Take good care of yourselves, everybody. Bye.